Royal Rumble 2023 just wrapped, and holy shit, what a finish. Just the poetic masterpiece that was the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. Just the initial phases of it, just him evilly conniving his way into the Bloodline, making it seem like he can help them out, and it turning into so much more as time went on. And just for this now, that finished at the Rumble is just makes it all much more worth it. Sami, having these little inklings, these little moments of, is he really dedicated to the bloodline? Is he really what he says he is in terms of being an honorary Us or Sami Uso? All for it to culminate at this moment. The friendship with Kevin Owens being called back throughout the storyline, and Sami being hesitant in some case scenarios, or unintentionally having the Usos or Solo lose matches due to his hesitance for his friend Kevin Owens. Match just wrapped. Roman beat Kevin. It was a pretty good match. A lot of great near falls. Capped it off with a spear. Got the 1-2-3. Roman retains, obviously. After the match, they all start the beat down. They handcuff Kevin Owens to the ropes. Just beat him, batter him. Super kick after super kick after super kick after super kick after super kick after. You get it. And it's just brutal, man. It is brutal. They go to get a chair. Roman has the chair in his hand. Sami hops in the way and says, "You don't need to do this. This is beneath you. He's done. As a tribal chief, you don't need to do anymore. You've already retained the titles. This is over." And Roman's like, "You know what? You're right. You're right. It is over. And I'm going to have you end it." Tries to hand Sami the chair. Tries to let him, for once and for all, cut this past out of Sami's life. He iterates, you're Sami, you mess with the bloodline, you mess with Sami now. Sami Uso, he's part of the family, part of the bloodline. Tries to hand him the chair, tells Sami to end it. Move on with his life. Become part of something bigger than himself, the family, the bloodline. Roman lets Sami know this is his life. He doesn't play around with this. You need to end it. Pushing him in his face, disrespecting him essentially. It's been building. It's been building constantly. The poetic masterpiece that this is every other week. You know what I'm saying? And every week, essentially, the Bloodline's on TV every single week, has been up to this point to the Rumble, for the build-up for this match, for this whole storyline. And it's heading towards Mania. It's just getting better and better and better, man. Sami hits Roman Reigns with the chair in the back. Jay is in disbelief, saying, "This is my brother, man. This is my family. How could you do this?" Jimmy super kicks him, and he's yelling at Jay, "Is this just supposed to be your brother? No, I'm your brother. I'm your blood. I knew he would do this." And then Jay at first was so skeptical, and then he turns it around at the trial for Sami Zayn on Raw this past Monday. Jay has evidence to back Sami Zayn, trying to trust him. And Jay is just distraught. Jimmy's laying waste to Sami Zayn, Solo laying waste to Sami Zayn, and Jay is just in the corner in disbelief, almost crying at the fact that he trusted this man within his bloodline. But deep down, Jay knows the emotional turmoil that Roman put Jimmy and Jay through, during the pandemic era, during the Thunderdome era, that those initial seeds planted for the bloodline in that whole story, the matches and all the title implications and just everything about that. Roman essentially belittling his cousins, his twin cousins, man. Jay knows deep down what it means to be betrayed and what it means to be pushed to your limit by someone who belittles you and is hailed as the tribal chief, the head of the table. And Jay's sick of the shit, man. He's trying to step up and let them know, hey, while Jimmy was out that year with the ACL tear or whatever, he was injured, Jay held his ground as a singles competitor. He held his ground as a guy who could potentially be dubbed as head of the table and, storyline sense. Jay's sick of the shit, man. He's in disbelief. He's walking out of there. He walked out after they beat him down. They're asking him where he's going. It's just all of it. And then what made it even crazier, another chair shot to Roman's back, man. Like the callback from when Seth turned on him and he turned his back, and then the slow fall from Roman. Like, these guys are elite, bro. Like, shout out to the performance in the ring, obviously, but the character work, man. The character work, the facial expression, the facial expressions, the camera angles, just everything about this storyline has been top tier. And it's only going to get better. It's going to culminate at Mania, obviously. Probably going to trickle over a little bit after Mania and whatever else they have planned, I'd imagine. There's a lot going on right now. There's so many options. There's just so much. And I just got on here. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that match specifically. I don't know if I'll do a review for the whole, rest of the show. I probably will. But I just had to get on here and talk about that because that whole segment, the whole match, the whole post-match segment, I was just on my feet, like yelling and screaming. I haven't done that for a wrestling show in years. I just started to get back into wrestling last year because I took like a little 2-year hiatus from wrestling because I just was not enjoying it anymore. And now it's like, how can I not? There's like, this is so good. You know, with Triple H being at the helm of things now, Vince kind of being on the back burner, kind of, sort of, it's made things a lot more watchable. Especially on a week-to-week basis, because Raw and SmackDown before Triple H was at the helm of things was just unbearable for me personally. You know, I found little good moments here and there, but it was like the overarching reality of things was I could not watch wrestling week to week anymore. And now I am, and I haven't done that in years. And this is why. This End of the Rumble, all the storylines, like it's great. It's really good right now. To me personally, at least. But enough rambling. I just had to get in here and talk about that because the storytelling was so immaculate. Just the poetic touch, the final, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. It's so good. So damn good, bro. Let me know what you think about the Rumble, bro. That was good. That was great.